Hey guys, me, the Big Alpha. I'm here to just talk with y'all about a little something that I've learned about 2 months in of being a content creator. Not everything deserves a response, and I've learned that it's not even like me trying to be Hollywood or acting like I'm too good to respond or like I'm just this big of a person on YouTube that I don't have to acknowledge other people. When that's not the case. It's just that um I'm at a state on my journey where I've learned that not everyone deserves a response because I don't look at people for the people. I look at people as in the spirit. So I look at where I'm at on my journey and then I have to look at the person that I'm responding to. So I'm not judging them. I'm not looking at the person and I'm not looking like, oh, well, they don't got enough money for me to be arguing back with them, or they don't even got a crib for me to be arguing back. No, it ain't about none of that. It's me actually taking the initiative to understand that I've worked hard to be and to get to where I'm at right now in this life and on my journey. So I am not about to be provaled or prolonged back or held in a position state of mind or just in life because I'm being stuck on going back and forth with a person who don't even understand or who's not even doing the work to understand what's going on or how to process. So I had to, learn that common sense is not common. So along my journey, it does not matter about the age, how old you are or how young, or I give respect because no matter what, I know that I want people to give me that same respect. Well, no matter the age, no matter the race, no matter, I don't look at it, oh, I'm black, they're white, or they're Hispanic, or they're this, and they're Asian, and I don't care about none of that. I love everybody for who they are. I'm not a person that, oh, the cops, and oh, it's Black Lives Matter, and it's, I don't do none of that. I don't follow the crowd. I'm not into all of that. So at the end of the day, in order for me to see you as, this person, and I'm not discrediting nobody. I'm not saying that I don't see people as people, but a lot of people don't deserve that from me. And I'm a nice going person. Like I'm very loving. A lot of people call me a little too friendly. I'm over friendly, or those fathers used to say, I'm very gullible. So at the end of the day, I've learned that now I can't be as nice to people. I can't be as open. I can't be as gullible. I can't be, because people take advantage of that. And when you learn how people deal, and I mean family, I mean friends, I mean strangers, I mean like just anybody, you're dealing with spirits. Like you're not dealing with the person itself. Like right now, me talking, this message is gonna get to someone who's in this journey, who's on this journey, who's in this state of mind, who's actually going through something similar to where they can connect and they could actually take something out of this and gain from it. So at the end of the day, everything, I look at life as everything, it matters. Everything has a meaning to it. Everything that we do is cause for a response, or it causes for repercussion. So anything that I do, I make sure I do it with my whole heart. I make sure that if I do it once, that I could do it again. I make sure that if I do on to someone, that I can take back, if it may come back and be undone to myself. So therefore, I practice what I preach. I live this life every day to strive to be better than I was yesterday. So at the end of the day, long story short, all I'm saying is that I know that I'm going to blow up. I know that I'm going to be a big person, and it's going to take me places, and it's going to connect me with people who have shitty souls, who are just not who I seek to, meet, or who I seek to actually want to, engage with, or want to just keep doing anything with. So at the end of the day, I just want to tell like the creators and the people that is coming up, not everybody's going to like you. Not everyone is going to have something nice to say. Not everyone is going to support you. Not everyone is going to love you. Not everyone is going to show you love. Not everyone is going to speak highly of you. Not everyone is going to post your happy moments. Not everyone is going to celebrate you, etc. It's going to be way more than that. But at the end of the day, and for those who do follow me, they all know that my favorite famous term, it's okay. It's okay. Because those people that do support us, the people that do love us, the people that do keep up with us for the love, the positivity, that want to actually see us grow and that want to help us without anything in return, those are our people. So I don't worry about the naysayers or the Debbie Downers or the people who are, oh, she's ugly, or oh, she's like this, or oh, she's no. I just set to be an example for those who are upcoming in my same walk of life. So at the end of the day, I know that I'm going to touch somebody. It may not be the world. It may not be a whole line of family or females or men, but I know I'm going to touch somebody. And that one soul that I touch, they're going to touch somebody. And that one soul that they touch, they're going to touch somebody. So at the end of the day, I'm here collecting souls for God. I'm not here trying to gain no momentum. I'm not here trying to gain as much money as... I really want to help the world. Like, that's something that I want to do from my heart. Like, I want to be able to, and even if I don't get as big as I see myself, and I see myself big. I don't see myself small. I see myself very, very, very big. And that gives me the chills. Like, my soul, it knows. Like, it knows that we have a calling. It knows that I'm on a mission. Like, I'm in a space right now in my personal life where it's knows and setting boundaries. And for me, this is another video where it's probably like similar things to my previous videos where certain things is kind of repeated. But family is the hardest thing for me to overcome. Like, my family is the hardest thing for me to overcome. Like, and breaking generational curses. And I mean stepping out by doing things different. Like, you're not going to save your family. You're not going to save the world. You're not going to, like, it's just things. Breaking generational curses is stepping out on faith and doing something different that your grandma, your mother, your father, your aunt, or somebody that was in that lining, they couldn't get correct, or they couldn't succeed with that victory. Me, my dad passed on, and I mean, everything, down to relationships, down to self-accountability, down to putting myself first, down to using my voice, down to loving on my child, down to letting my child actually have a voice, down to teaching manners and installing God from the ground up, down to sitting down with my child and actually allowing her to hear herself and take days off from school when she needs it mentally or just even physically because her body's tired. Or it's a lot of things that I'm doing differently that was not taught to me. I had to take the time to learn. And that's why I say for me that I'm not in a relationship. I'm single. And me and my daughter's father, we didn't end on any bad terms. We didn't end on anything that was crazy. My daughter's father, he cheated a lot. And Lord knows I hated it, and I'm not ashamed. I mean, I stayed not because I was in competition. I was never I was never that type of female. I've always stayed because I felt and I prayed that, you know, he would get it together and he would, you know, he would get it right. But at the end of the day, I don't blame him, and I don't blame myself nor the females, because I just look at it as he chose to do something, and in that state of him choosing, I had to look in deeply to where it was not me making excuses, but for so long I stayed in something where it was like, you're called to do something and you're being distracted by staying here. And then even I feel like with him, like, you know, it was certain things that he had to overcome along his journey, but being that we were so wrapped together, we grew to where we didn't want to leave each other. Or, you know, when you're in a relationship, you feel like when you do something, and you and your partner is so together, when you do something, it feels like you're forgetting your partner behind. Or when you're striving to get you right mentally, it's like now it's tension or turmoil between your relationship, because when you get in a relationship, you have to put yourself to the back burner. And for me, I grew tired of that. I didn't want to put myself to the back. And it wasn't like him putting me to the back. Like, my daughter's father, he's very loving, like, very caring, like a big heart. So any female that met him or that got to know him, like, during me, before me, or even after, it's like, he's a good person. My daughter's father got a big ass heart, like, and I still love him as my friend. Like, that's my bro, that's my friend. Like, regardless of what happened, like, transpired, or he always holds space in my heart. Like, and that's not even on some, like, oh, like, I'm gonna show up in ways where, like, relationship wise, I understand from a relationship, it's just certain boundaries, like certain understanding. And what may work for you in your relationship may not work for the next person, and that's okay. And that's why I just feel like in the world, people need to just mind their business, because what somebody else may be okay with, you may not. But if they're okay with it, why does it bother you? Like, that's the biggest thing, where I feel like the world, like, it'd be a better place if people know how to shut up. Like, it's a time and place for everything. Like, take that back. Like, so it's a time and a place. If people knew how and when to speak, if people knew how and when to deliver a message, or when to, let somebody in on something, or when to, like, it would be, like, better if people thought before actually doing things, or just saying things, or just, like, wanting people to agree. Like, the word, like, whether I see things as everybody's right. Like, I mean, somebody has to be wrong, but everybody's right. So it's like, no matter which way you flip it or put it, you're right in your own way of understanding. If that's how you understand it, you right. When kids go to school, my daughter is not going to learn how your kid learned. So I can't say that, oh, because your kid and 3 other kids know the way that your kid is learning, or they understand the way your kid understands, and my kid understands it different, but they come to the same answer or solution. She's wrong because she's not walking in the way that they're walking. But she's like, no, like, if you could get like, it's a lot of thinking. Like, I don't like, because I be going just like, I just be going around. But yeah, I just feel like I'm getting to the point where it's like a lot of things just don't deserve the nice side of me anymore. And I'm never gonna change who I am and become like people, because in my mind, I always see the positive. So that's something that nobody can take from me. No matter where I'm at, no matter what happens to me, I know God. I seek him. I look for him. Like, I search for him. Like, I love God. Everything about me and my life, and it always revolves back to God. So something negative can happen to me, and I may think about it, or, dwell on it for a little bit of time. But in the meantime, I'm going to be looking through the detail and the fine print to see where was God in this situation. That's why anybody who know me, that any conversation I have is always to, like, a deep point. And I'm trying to work on, not being as deep. But when you walk with God, you just can't go wrong. Like, you don't feel bad about nothing. You don't, like, I give all my troubles, my worries, my mess ups, my, like, my weakest times and moments, like, I just do a lot of things differently. Like, instead of me, if I get mad today, and then instead of me, like, dwelling on being mad, I have to give myself some space to take it in, to let it set. And then I have to think, like, if you be mad, you pity yourself. and you turn to your side and you see your child, when she goes through something and she gets mad and she pities herself, what are you installing? Like, what are you doing? Like, and as I understand that, it's just like everything that I do, I want to help my child catch it early so she won't have to be where I'm at on her journey, having to go back and to correct things, or like have to just be stuck. Like, it's life. And I know people are gonna say, oh, you know, but if I install in my child and I raise her up with all the proper equip and tools that she can use and maybe equip to need on her journey, I won't have to worry about none of that. Because I know that my child may fall, my child may stumble, my child may get stuck, but she gonna make it through. And that's not what a lot of parents today can say. Like, prayer, yes, keep them in prayer, and not all of us are gonna, are gonna make it, or all of us are gonna, but if you install in your child that power, that flame, and you light that, can't nobody but God take that flame out. My dad lit a flame in me. And I thank God for my dad. Like, long live OG, like, long live the O. He ain't raised no hoe. Like, I ain't never been no whack female. I ain't never been no out of place female. Like, and I just salute. I give that to my dad. Because everything I did was in representation for my parents. It was always for my people. Like, and I used to be the person that says, I will never get on the internet and cry. I will never, like, but I'm human. Like, I'm human just like anybody else. Just like all of y'all. So at the end of the day, we mess up. We make mistakes. But God forgives us for everything. We just got to learn how to forgive ourselves. That's the hard part. We get stuck. And we let and allow the things that we go through to take advantage of us, because we allow it to replay and keep playing on our mind when we need to be strong enough to keep on moving. Because regardless of how you look at it, how life is presented, life is gonna go on. And I love God. God is not coming down here to save you. Like, God will meet you at your point. He will meet you in the middle. Like, God is a belief. Like, he's real, and God is within us. If you activate your highest frequency, can't nothing stop you. Like, can't nothing stop you but God. And I'm a Gemini, so yeah, I get emotional, but I get motivated. And I think this year was really my year. God woke me up. He did. God is present right now. I can feel the Holy Spirit. And I just want to give thanks to God for everything that he's doing in my life. Everything that he did in my life. Everything that he's pulled me out of and allowed me to overcome. Like, fighting demons and fighting things within your own self is the real challenge. Like, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. People fight and they suffer mentally, and instead of getting them help, people sweep it under the rug. And no, we can't help those who don't want to help themselves, but if those that need help don't understand that they have people around that's willing to help and be patient with them, how could they open up and feel that they could receive the help that they seek, that they don't know how to ask for? like my family. It's a lot of spirits that linger around. And I mean, that's everywhere. But for me, I've learned how to overcome some of those spirits because I acknowledge them and I know how to speak to them. I don't speak death over anything. I speak life, but I do know that there's ways that I have to fight, and then there's ways that I have to pray, and I have to allow God to do what He is in place to do. He's the creator. He's the Alpha, the Omega, like the beginning. Like, this is all God's plan. This is God's, like, story, His glory. Like, everything that's happening, I know that there's certain things that us as people, we do on our own understanding. And, you know, the things that we do is cause for a reaction, or it's cause for, you know, repercussions. Like, but God is always there. God is always near. We have free will. So at the end of the day, God does not force us to do anything. It's always a choice. So if someone's cheating on you, that's a choice. If someone's stealing from you, that's a choice. If people are waking up and just, you know, being negative, that's a choice. Like, you gotta pick your poison. You either gonna fight to work hard, or you're gonna fight to live a negative life, because it's one or the other. You can give up on yourself and say, I don't care, like, this is hard, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. Nobody's coming to save you. Like, point blank period. Nobody's coming to save you. Like, that's my daughter. Stop getting cameras on. Nobody's coming to save you. So, you gotta learn what you need to learn. You gotta pay attention to what you need to pay attention to. You gotta stand on business. Like, you have to stand on business for yourself. And I don't know why I'm moving with my hands like this. Like, I'm a little nervous. I am. But I was moved to just get this out. Like, I mean, I need to read back. I need to rewatch this myself. But every day I just take it one day at a time. And the more I do that, I get a little more understanding on life. Because in life, when you go through something, it's either you learn from it or you don't. If you don't learn from it, you repeat it again. But you don't gain wisdom or knowledge or, like, gray hairs. Like, you don't go through and gain all of that. Your ranks, those are your stripes. You don't get those without going through things in life. You know, you got to be able to relate to the people. Because none of us is exempt from pain. The bestest people go through pain. But it's reward in suffering. I say that a lot because it is. But you don't know how strong you are until you are put in a situation where all you have is to be strong. So, yeah. Yeah. Nah, but yeah, like, talk to me, guys. Give me some feedback. Like, I'm not Hail Mary. I'm not your perfect girl next door. Like, I'm a work in progress. But one thing I could say is God has got his hand